Boys and don't sing. Welcome back to the Brotherhood of B.O.B. We had a great week of sports. We had a great week of football. I mean, we're going to go and dive into a lot of things this week. But without further ado, I am your host, Clayton Scarborough.
I'm Caden.
I'm Capetta.
DJ Westfolson.
And we're going to dive right on in. We are going to dive right on in. Caden, what do we got?
Let's get it.
Yeah. So with the recap from last week, we had the divisional rounds and, Kansas City, Buffalo. What a game. I mean, regardless of who won, it was actually it was a game that we wanted to watch, back and forth. It was basically like whoever had ball last won,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what we thought anyway, but yeah, guys, what do you guys think? How did you think the game go? I mean, Taylor Swift in attendance, Jason Kelsey jumping out of a, I mean,
love to see that. I'm gonna just start
drama
right
for
out of
your
the
mama,
gates.
but yeah,
I'm starting right out of the gates. I think, my opinion, hot take, Josh Allen is the new Philip Rivers. 1,000%. 1,000%. He just can't get the job done. I mean, Philip Rivers went so many times to the AFC Championship, couldn't get it done, always lost to Tom Brady. And so it's like, here we are again. You got the Bills coming in it. They have everything to win there, and sure enough, they dropped the ball. I mean, you had Shakir, that's how you say his name, in the back of the end zone, wide open to lose that game. Little girl, what's up, baby?
Hey, Shakir is a dog too. Like
that
little run after catch he had to get into the end zone where he's bouncing off everybody and putting the brakes on some people.
No, man. He's nice. And kind of going off of what Clay said, right? And I think like we said last week, on paper, roster on roster, the Bills have a better team. Just the Bills don't have Patrick Mahomes. And that guy just fucking finds a way to win football games. And what Patrick does really well at is he'll there's times where he'll run like towards the sideline and kind of pretend like he's going to go out of bounds and then fucking kind of put his foot in the ground for an extra 10 yards and no one touches him. It's like,
I do like people are scared to tackle
smoke him.
Fucking hit him.
I know.
He's and then he tiptoes for another 20 yards. I'm like, he did that when they played the Titans in
yes, I remember that game.
And he made a touchdown when he was 30 yards out. And I'm like, isn't anybody going to tackle this guy? No one wants to hit him.
So is it that game where, was it Denver? Was it the Broncos where it's the corner? And I'm not calling your guys out, but it seemed like the corner went to go hit the receiver and not Patrick Mahomes. It's why would you not go and hit Patrick Mahomes instead of just dive straight into the receiver?
And last point,
anyway,
last point on the for me for the Bills Chiefs is, we talked about teams kind of getting cute and teams that have an identity of just ground and pound. The Chiefs kind of have the combination. They have the combination of both, right? Where they can, Patrick can go do his thing out there, but when they need to fucking control the clock and control the game, the pace of the game, dude, they just fucking hand it to Isaiah, and he's been, he's kind of been a bell cow for them, which is crazy to think because what was he like?
Like a psycho.
No, he was he was a late draft pick. They drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first round the year prior. And now Isaiah is the bell cow for that organization, and when they lean on him, it works, man. It's good to see.
Yeah, I heard a thing that DJ, you'll like this because I think I said this last week, but I heard something that said Isaiah Pacheco runs like a kid that just got brand new shoes, and I can every time I see him run now, I'm like, dude, it does. He's just stomping real hard.
He's bro, fucking just run.
Yeah, just run. I mean, you see a lot of guys that don't do that and try to sidestep through the holes, and it's like, dude, your job is to go straight up the middle.
Yeah.
You're either going B gap, C gap, hit it hard. And when they don't, they just flourish back there. They don't go anywhere.
It wasn't that Chris Jones' first week back?
I think it was, yeah.
Has he been playing for a little bit?
I think he has been playing.
Okay. I just remember
a good year.
Yeah.
He's just such a force up front. And, that was one thing that the Bills couldn't do is they couldn't run the ball. And it'll be interesting to see what happens to Stephon, man. We talked about it last week.
They did run, though, a couple times.
I think he's going to bounce out of there.
With James Cook?
No, I was saying with Josh Allen. You know when they do those
Yeah.
runs? Dude, when he puts his head down when they're at like the 5 and just goes to the end zone, it's like, hey,
Totally.
nobody's stopping him.
No, I agree.
So
I think the quarterback design runs are good on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's dive into Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay almost had it. Baker almost did the job. The Lions pulled
That was
out.
an ugly game, if I'm being honest.
He impressed me this year.
Totally.
He had a great year.
Totally.
Because I did not expect them to do what they did this year. But
I agree.
Especially with Baker. But, I mean, I heard that he wants to stay in Tampa, though, but he wants Mike Evans to come back, though. Because I think Mike Evans' contract is up after this year.
Yeah.
And so he was saying he wants to stay in Tampa, but the only receiver he called out, he's like, I just want Mike Evans to come back with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 10 seasons of 1,000 yards every year. That's wild.
So impressive.
He's been consistent.
You're playing horrible teams in that division.
I mean, that might be the worst division in the National Football.
Whoa.
He's lucky. I think he only saw Marshawn Lattimore one time. No, I don't think he saw him at all this year. So.
Oh, God.
Dude, Marshawn fucking straps his ass up.
Oh, we've heard that before.
Fuck Mike Evans.
I think it was an ugly game though. Like these guys.
It could have been better.
Like the game started off, I thought it was just going to be just back and forth the whole time because they come out and it was weird. Like they're just
Baker threw a pick the first drive or second drive, right?
Yep.
Yeah, first drive he had it. Yeah, he threw a pick, and then
catch up the rest of the game.
Detroit goes down and scores. I'm like, okay, this is gonna either be just a back and forth now, or it's like, and it honestly kind of settled down. I mean, there was some crazy. It was just a good game, honestly. Like they were just. I think it was a good divisional round game for them.
And Detroit, like we said last week, man, they're just a fucking gritty ass team. They run the ball well. They that allows them to set a play action. They get Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra is a tough dude down the middle, man. They have that guy where they can attack the middle of the field where the dude's got some stones to go up there and attack the ball with sure hands. Their offensive line is stacked, and I'm telling you, man, I think this guy's kind of been on the radar a little bit more than other guys this year on the defensive line. But Aiden Hutchinson is a problem.
Just a freak, bro.
Dude, he truly is a problem, man.
What's their backer's name? That white dude,
Derek. Anzalone.
Yeah,
Alex Anzalone.
Is that who it is?
Yeah,
he's got long hair.
Long hair. No. Oh yeah. So yeah, him. But there's another guy. I don't know if he starts though. But he I think they put him in at somewhere in the season they put him in at fullback too. He's but he plays on defense. But they put him in as fullback. He was on Hard Knocks. I forget what his name is.
Yeah, it's Rodrigo.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah, Rodrigo.
Rodriguez.
Rodrigo.
From OSU.
Yeah.
Is it Rodriguez?
I think they called him Rodrigo.
Rodrigo was the kicker.
No, he's not a kicker. He's not a kicker.
Yeah.
No, they have a guy named Rodrigo.
I'm thinking it's Rodriguez. Rodriguez actually played at OSU, which is, out here and freaking, he went to Detroit.
And who's the guy that picked off Baker?
Derek
That
Barnes.
guy's pretty good too.
Yeah.
No,
Derek
he was like
he's
the opening drive.
Yeah, he's the guy that Andrew Whitworth came out and his what's the award they get? Walt Payton Man of the Year. Like when he won it, 2 years ago, he came out and he was like, there was a guy that came up to me and he was like, hey man, you talked to me when I was in the Boys and Girls Club a long time ago when you were at Cincinnati, and he's like, you've really helped me out. And then this last game, he had the game sealing pick to win it. Derek
dope.
Barnes. Or
So
Derek
do you
Barnes.
guys? So do you guys think that Gardner Johnson does cheap shots? I mean, knowing that some of these tight ends and some of these boys are so
Yes.
big, you have to hit them low.
I
If
agree.
you try to go
Yes, he
head up
cheap
with these
shots.
guys, you think he does?
Yeah, dude, he's from those scumbag Saints that used to do all that Bounty Gate shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he wasn't on that team, but for sure, yeah. I think he takes advantage of the opportunities he gets. I don't think they're necessarily dirty hits, but I think he's like, if it's a bigger guy, he's gonna kind of cheap shot you. As a receiver, like I played receiver, you didn't want to come through the middle of the field and get smoked every time, you know. Like,
Right.
I think that's
I
probably
was
his
thinking
mindset
of
with it.
CJ Gardner Johnson.
Yeah, CD
That's who I
Deuce.
was
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah.
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 He had to pick that game, but
He was the one that first picked off Baker,
Yep.
right? The very
Yep.
first pick, and then he threw it back to him on the sidelines.
yeah.
Yeah.
But going on,
Well, that's
what Clay's saying, right? The game, right? They are trying to eliminate the headshots, right? From especially what they call defenseless receivers.
Yeah.
So if I can't hit you from the chest up, I'm okay. Then that tells me chest down. I'm going to run through the bottom of your body, and if that means your knees and your legs, then brother, sorry.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
Pull a flag. Just pull his flag.
Playing
flag football
Just
Flag
detach
football.
his
So I mean, if the
kneecap
game
from
wants
his
to get rid
body,
of
it's fine.
knee
It's
injuries,
whatever.
then
Okay,
bring back
here's another
the
good
headshots.
matchup that I really liked was I think the Green Bay Packers defense looked phenomenal. I mean, I think the Green Bay Packers really
And
stood
Aaron
up to
Jones,
the
bro.
Nineers. Dude, Aaron Jones, he turned on
was
the
a
Jets.
madman.
I know,
I'm not
he's
even going to talk about it because this guy didn't do jack shit for me all year in fantasy. And now all of a sudden,
Come
I'm the
playoffs.
best running back I ever play.
Oh,
yeah, no.
he doesn't
Fucking
like
Aaron
being on your
Jones.
squad.
Dude,
Hey.
he's not going to be on it anymore. So,
Aaron, next year.
yeah. Next year, go lay an egg for DJ all year, and then in the playoffs do good again.
I'll have Aaron Jones and Sam Laporta.
Yeah,
And with
The
that
Detroit game.
with that Packers San Francisco game, I think we got a good glimpse of these two young quarterbacks looking like young quarterbacks. I mean, I watching the game, it wasn't really until that last drive for Brock where it was like, okay, this guy. The rest of the game was like, okay, Brock is going to lose them this game. There was balls missed, and I
guy
kept on
needs
hearing
to
the
get his internet
broadcast
up.
like,
What's
oh,
happening?
he's not wearing a glove.
So
he's wearing a glove.
I'll
I'm
just
like,
take over
shut
from
the-
there. What
I'm like,
I
shut
think
the
is,
fuck up about the glove.
so what I'm
We didn't hear what you said.
thinking, yeah. So what I'm thinking though is San Fran. I think that shows without Debo, they don't have all
Yes.
those quirky packages. They don't have all the let's spread Christian and Debo out, send them over one this way, one that way.
Yeah.
I think
But
that
I
played a
do
big
feel
factor.
like that should be on Kyle Shanahan because if Debo goes down, you still have Juwan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey. You still have great weapons. And if you're structuring your whole offense around
emotions.
Debo,
they
I
do a
mean,
lot
you
of
could
motions
contest
and
that
shit.
Brandon Ayuk is faster than Debo.
Yeah, but
So
he's not like like Debo also does running back. He plays 14 positions on the field. It's like
it's phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
plays
truly is
defense.
phenomenal.
He can
Don't get me
bench
wrong.
Utility player, huh?
I feel like, but a lot of that I think was on the coaching staff there, not calling the right plays. I mean, you could have figured something out when he went down, and I think they did that on the final drive.
Caden.
But Debo is a very big factor in that offense. There's no
Totally.
disregarding that.
No,
Well, he's playing though.
Yeah.
He practiced
he's in.
Thursday and Friday, so he'll be in there today.
It's going to be a matchup, 100%. But I
Is
feel like
he
Green
limited?
Bay,
He's probably limited, huh?
No, he's not.
no, he's full go.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like Green Bay's defense really stood out, though.
No,
I mean,
they
I
played
think
really
that
well.
they played really well. They're the juggernauts, obviously, in the NFC. So it's going to be a great game today with the Niners and Lions. But I think overall, since the Green Bay Packers are very young, their future looks bright if Jordan Love can maintain.
They're fucking scary.
Yeah,
they're
the youngest team in the
set
NFL
for
this year
forever right now.
Yeah,
and that's
they're
phenomenal.
the youngest team.
You know?
Are they? They are.
Yeah, they're the number one youngest team. They have like 1 and 2 year guys right now.
I think the average is like 25 years old.
Here's a take for you. Here's a take that I heard from the broadcast in that Niners Packers game, and it got me thinking.
This guy with
Kyle Shanahan's been the head coach for the Niners for the past 5 seasons.
Is he calling from a walkie-talkie? Come on!
Did I catch a Niner? What's going on?
Am I breaking up?
There you go.
Are you breaking up? No, you're not even breaking anything. You're freezing.
Every time you're about to say something, it goes blank. You're like, and another thing, and then it just shuts up.
The damn gloves. That's all we got the last time you talked.
Dude, yeah, they were saying, "Oh, he's wearing a glove. He's not wearing a glove." It's like, motherfucker, just fucking throw the football. The Niners, right? They
maybe we'll get that hot take to come back.
Yeah. Kyle Shanahan has been the head coach for the Niners for the past 5 seasons. All right, they've made the playoffs 4 of those 5 seasons. They've made the NFC Championship 4 of those 5 seasons, and they've only gone to the Super Bowl once. So, and they lost. They lost to the Chiefs. So I'm kind of
they would have went last year if their freaking quarterback didn't go down though.
Okay. Yeah. Totally. That makes sense. So I'm kind of getting are the Niners
had balls should be my uncle.
Hold on, let me finish.
Are the Niners like, Cowboy Choker 2.0?
No,
they're good. No. They're good, but they have no ships to show for it.
They win their first playoff games.
Yeah, I get it. But whether it be 1 playoff game, 2 playoff games, it's not the Super Bowl. If you're not winning the championship, it's like, okay, you're the fucking 2nd or 3rd loser.
Well, we can all have Patrick Mahomes on our team. Okay?
I get it.
I think one of the biggest choke artists is Jimmy G. So then you get Jimmy G out. Mr. Irrelevant comes in. He takes you to the divisional. He goes down. The whole team freaks out. Where the hell's Brock Purdy? Where's our quarterback? He's down for the rest of the game. They lose. So he's staying healthy this year. They're going to I think I know we're going to get into it a little later, but I think it's a hot take that I think the Niners might dominate this game. But you got to look at seeing where he's come from and what Kyle Shanahan has kind of like molded him to be a good quarterback. I think is a huge step from what Jimmy G did. I don't even think Jimmy G plays anymore, does he? Did he get picked up?
He's back up at the Raiders.
On the Raiders, and then he got benched like halfway through the season.
So I think that was a major factor. So I don't think they're anywhere near the Cowboys. The Cowboys, when you look up choking, that's it.
Yeah,
they choke every year, and it
was a hot take. It was a hot take.
I like the hot take though. I do.
And then moving on to Houston versus Baltimore. First half of the game, it was they were neck and neck, and then all of a sudden, halftime. Lamar gives an incredible speech. I guess says a lot of mother effers or something. He's got to be cussing in there. I'm guessing.
No, you just said big
and
trust.
Then they come. Yeah. And then they turn it on in the second half to just outlast. But hey, CJ Stroud and them Texans, they're going to be a force. I would hate to be in that division.
Yeah, true. They got great draft picks. They got a lot of cap space this year too. I mean, they could
Clay.
I'm just being hey, a spade is a spade. A spade is a spade.
No, it's not.
They do got a lot of good stuff going for them. But I think what happens, and I always do this because not only do I have them in fantasy, right? Some years. I never cheer for Lamar because of the trash wide receivers that they give him, and he's got to figure it out. And I would love
receivers this year.
Stop. We got Odell at his end of his career, and we're hoping to save Flowers. Yeah. They need to bring in more
Marcus with Andrews.
But see, Mark Andrews gets hurt every year.
Okay. He's playing this game. He's playing this game.
Likely is a dog, obviously, and now they have 2 tight ends that they can do that. He has the most tight ends of any tight end right now, or most touchdowns of any tight end right now.
Most tight ends of any tight ends.
But think about it. If you were to put like a Jamar Chase or a Stephon Diggs or Devontae Adams on that team, I think they would have gone undefeated. I mean, the defense is one of the best in the league.
Dude, if they got Stephon Diggs.
I hate that wide receiver.
If he had Mike Evans.
That could be interesting. But I feel like he's got to use his legs more than he's got to throw. I think he's got a great throwing arm. I think he makes good decisions. But I feel like he has to scramble and get out of there just to run the ball and keep. If he doesn't run the ball as good as he does, I don't think they're here.
Yeah,
at all.
I agree. That's that's been their MO all season, right? Is Lamar's got to be.
But that's like secret weapon, though.
Yeah,
like that's him using his legs. Like there's not another quarterback in the league that runs like him or is as fast as him. Like the dude is like a scat back out of the backfield. Like
closest is
Kyler. Like he could literally switch to running back and like. I guarantee he could produce every season if he just was a running back.
Yeah. And it's hard to go on.
I swear, he's like, the guy's kind of thick now, too. He's like, kind of put some meat on him. Like, coming out of the league. Dude, he was like, his freaking stick coming in from Louisville. Now he's kind of, kind of got some muscle on him. I'm like, all right, Lamar, take some hits a little bit better.
He has been doing that this year too. Like that's one thing. I think that's something that they definitely focused on is like he definitely sheds tackles and gets hit perfectly to where he doesn't get hurt.
Right.
If you notice that,
so
like
he
positioned his body perfect.
And that's a skill.
Let's not go down that road.
How to take a hit.
That's a skill, is like being able to like learn how to take a hit or like avoid those shots.
100%. Yeah. I think he's definitely focused on that this year because he looks great when he takes a hit.
Yeah.
Not like Will Levis helicoptering through the air. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Trying to get that first down, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, don't talk like my quarterback.
Anyway, on to coach hirings. Harbaugh to LA. Ew. Come take these beatings, Harbaugh. This ain't Michigan. We're gonna let the AFC West know. Hey.
From you guys?
Us. Yeah, us.
Oh,
I was thinking the Chiefs. I didn't even think of you guys or the Raiders at all.
I didn't say the Raiders. Who's talking about the Raiders?
I'm saying in that division, you're talking about taking ass whoopings. It ain't going to be you guys.
If you're in the worst division in the league, you don't talk about the best division.
Listen to what he's saying.
But with that though, there is other coach hirings and stuff. We got Kellen Moore, Eagles. What's that about?
Mr. Morris to the Falcons. I think that one was blown away from me because that guy.
I love it.
Just got his first interview. He's like, yeah, let's sign up. Bill Belichick, you're out.
They did.
Well, I think Bill wants to be. He wants everything on his terms. He wants to be the GM. He wants to do all these things. And Atlanta Falcons are like, no, we're not doing this. You get to.
No, we don't want to pass it to Kyle Pitts every game. Bill Belichick, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy Bill's not there. I'm happy Mike. I saw Mike took an interview over there. I'm like, dude, don't bring these guys down here, please.
Please,
dude. If Mike goes, I heard Mike interviewed for Atlanta and he was interviewing for Carolina.
Ew.
Oh my God. I do not want to see, I love Mike, as our coach. I was pissed when they let him go. If he goes to Carolina, ew,
please don't.
Bro.
Please don't go to Carolina.
No, bro. You do not belong in Carolina.
No, they're bad. They're bad.
Worser blue. Worser sauce.
So what are the jobs that are still open, right? Seattle with Pete Carroll
and Washington,
Ron Rivera, right?
I haven't heard anything
about those two. If I'm Mike or Bill,
he's in the upper office, but he's going to be taking.
I don't know, but
he was
I think you want to go to a spot that has
Chargers as well.
Yeah. I think you want to go to a spot that has a solidified quarterback, right? I think that's
the.
And what to see Brian Callahan. I loved that pickup from Brian Callahan because Brian Callahan did a lot for the Raiders, did a lot for the Niners. Then he comes on to the Bengals. I think he's done a great job. He was there back in 18 or 17.
18 when they were 0-16. Yikes!
Zip it.
And then you got to look at the Bengals. You know, he's been with the Bengals ever since. Joe Burrow's loved that. Which, by the way, who's up for grabs this year? Mr. T. Higgins. Who's got the most cap space? Come on, Titans. But I love that.
You guys are not good.
And I love the fact that he's already gone into our division and basically said, "Hey, Jaguars offensive coordinator, I need you. Come on over."
Mhm.
So now we might get the Jags offense coordinator, which I think they have a great offense. They just don't. They're not putting it together. Because Tim Kelly was
moves
just
to win 8
Low
games.
key, I did really like that. I wanted for the Titans. I wanted them to sign. What's the guy? When they interviewed the defense coordinator for Baltimore.
Oh,
that's who I wanted the Titans to sign.
Now they might still get him as a defense coordinator though, because now that Vrabel's gone, all those guys are going to go. So we're going to get a whole new coaching staff, basically. Tim Kelly's gone, which Tim Kelly, I mean, you could have put all your life savings on run left or run right. What are we doing first down? I
put my whole life savings on.
I hated that. But
it's like Sean Payton.
My hot take is, and I know I'm a Titan
fan. How many
fan,
hot takes you got?
I don't think it was Vrabel ever since 2020.
I don't think it was.
I think he came into a great team.
Shots?
Yeah, I think he was in over his head.
Well, no, because obviously we know that he freaking didn't want to let go of AJ Brown. He literally left the draft room.
Well, that was J-Rob, and he was trying to pull for that. But I think as a coach, though, I mean, he didn't really help out offense whatsoever, and he's trying to call all the shots. And then defensive-wise, we saw what happened last year and the year before. And we definitely saw what happened this year. I don't think he's going to get a head coaching job. I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's going to get it this year. I think he's going to.
You don't think Mike gets signed anywhere?
Not maybe as a defensive coordinator. I don't think he's going to get a head coach.
Do you think Mike is too good for a coordinator position, though? Do you think he's like, I don't want to be a coordinator?
All right, he's already done the head coaching job. Shit, he took them to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, and I get that, but like, also keep your feet wet. You know, like. At least that's how I would think. Is
stay in the fire.
Because I don't think the Commanders are going to want it. I don't. And then that leaves Seattle.
I would say pick your spot, though. Pick your spot.
Seattle's attractive. I mean, obviously you got the freaking Niners in your division, but you know, Geno's.
They don't even want to interview though. We would have already seen that an interview.
Have they been interviewing anybody? I haven't heard anything about them interviewing.
I think it's been low key. I don't think anything.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to figure out what Pete wants to do first. I think they're giving him that option. So.
Well, he's going to stay in like the front office. I think that's what his
as of right now. But he's already said he wants to go and coach. So like if a job arises, he will leave. I'm sure. But
agreed.
Crazy to think that he's like the oldest guy in the league too. One of the oldest coaches.
Yeah. Still getting it.
And then moving on to the UFC 297 Strickland versus Duplessis, and man, Strickland loses. I mean, I know we're a little house divided over here now with, you know, DJ thought, you know, whatever he thinks, you know, up in the air all the time with that guy, but. But you know, I thought like how Penna was talking earlier before the show, we were talking about how like Strickland, you can't just take the champ's belt, you know, like from a maybe he lost, maybe he didn't, you know,
split decision
scenario. Yeah. And I think
if you're the champ, learn I
think it was enough
defense,
to take.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yes. How do you pronounce his name?
That's part of the sport.
No, I get that.
One of the main things in the sport. Like, bro, you got taken down 8 times.
Right. But he never got but the players didn't like ground and pound him down. Strickland like pretty much
and I don't think he did that to ground and pound him. I think he just did that
for
the scorecard, just for the points, because like he was like, oh, I can take this guy down. He has no takedown defense. Bro, if you're the middleweight champion of the world, you would think that you would have some takedown defense, like being at that caliber, that high, like show more. And then
I can agree.
Why Strickland fought a completely different fight when he fought Izzy. Mm-hmm. He was pushing him the whole time. And he never slowed down. If you watched him versus Duplessis, he was always on the defense. Duplessis was the one always coming towards him. Strickland never went towards him until the last 30 seconds of round 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, if he did this the whole fight, it would have been a completely different outcome. I don't know why he didn't try and go towards him the entire time. He was the guy on the defense the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they both had some gnarly old shiners on their face after the match, but
and there was some controversy with the headbutt or whatever. I mean, I didn't think it affected the fight like how some people took it. But again, I'm just in the camp of if I'm the champ, right? And Floyd did this all the time in his career. He was defensive, did the turtle shell rock, and looked for his shots. If you're gonna beat the champ, you got to knock him out. You got to submit him. You got to, it has to be definitive. I don't like the whole split decision and then going it to the contender.
Yeah, I think you make a draw of it and then have them go again. And if it's the same thing, then I'm giving it to him.
This needs to be a rematch and soon.
No, I think Duplessis called out Izzy after the fight.
Yeah, he did. But that's kind of stuff. They always say stuff like that, and then it gets changed or something. But
personally, I think Izzy fights Strickland again. I think he took that camp before the fight when that fight happened softly. He thought he was going to run through Strickland. Strickland was lower ranked top 10 when he even got offered that fight. So it's not like he was a top contender at that time. And it was just it was kind of it reminded me of the whole Amanda Nunes thing when she lost and then she won her belt back. She took that one fight she was oh, I didn't take my camp seriously. I think some of these guys, they look at some of these fighters and they're like, oh, this guy's ranked fucking 9. I'm gonna just go through the motions. I'll go in there and get this easy win.
Also, before that fight, Strickland was training with Alex Pereira, who had just beaten Izzy. So he was he was so prepared. And it's almost like once you get the champ, it's hard to keep the champ.
Agreed.
Me and Oscar watched it when we were in Mexico. I watched it live on my phone, and me and him were kind of how me and Penna were. Oscar really liked Strickland. He thought that he was going to win. He thought everything. He felt the same exact way that Penna is talking about, how the outcome was. He was saying, "Oh, you got to beat the champ to deserve the belt or whatever."
Yeah.
But I do agree that if you're getting ground and pound and and you don't knock him out and you don't submit him, that's still fine if that's definitive though. It's just if you're both walking out of there skipping, I don't think it should.
If it's a unanimous decision, okay, there's one, okay, unanimously the judges thought, Duplessis won. But if it's a split decision, I don't know. I think tie goes to the champ.
But that's what I'm saying. That's when it comes to the scorecard and they go off of points. And that's why I think he went for those takedowns all the time.
Totally.
I don't think he took him down to ground and pound him because they got up every single time he did it. But him in his head, he was if I can do this easy time and time again, that's just going to add up on the scorecard at the end. If it goes to the decision, that's going to fall into my favor.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think I remember it right. I had Strickland the first 2, I had Duplessis the second 2, and then I had slightly Strickland in that 5th round. But that's why I'm not a UFC judge.
Yeah, well, you're about the same as the UFC judge, though.
Sometimes.
Personally, I had a feeling after Strickland beat Izzy. I personally, and this is what me and Oscar were arguing about, is I was I don't see this guy as a champion because I don't think he'll hold the belt for very long. Mm-hmm. And what did he do? He fought for the belt one time after he was a champion and lost.
Yeah.
Granted, it could go either way, like we were saying, but still, he never gave me that. I never saw him as this is the next John Jones, Kamaru
Right.
Usman, even Izzy, like guys that like hold the belt for multiple fights after they're the champion. I never saw him as that caliber of fighter that was going to do that for very long. And then when he lost, I was like, okay, yeah, like proves my point right here. This is why I don't really like the hype on him.
Well, on to UFC 298. So
Yeah.
I don't actually know when that one is when that is coming up. I can look real quick. It's Alexander Volskovsky and that Volkanovski and that he's one of those Eastern Europeans. And then
Little Australian, little shrimp on the bobby.
Topuria, Ilya Topuria. And
This is to defend his championship in the other division, isn't it, D?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's the featherweight. It's the featherweight championship, and that's going to be February 17th.
This one I don't think he'll ever lose in for some reason. I just have a feeling he's a dog in all the weight divisions that he fights in, but I think this division he just kind of rules,
Volkanovski, savage.
Volkovsky.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna end our recap run through. Let's go on to our next segment, On Deck, and I think the main thing we're going to talk about for the On Deck segment is championship weekend. And we're recording this Sunday, January 28th, so it's today, boys. We are at championship weekend. It's crazy to think that we're at the last 2 weeks of the season. I feel like the season's flown by. But let's get into these. Let's get into these championship games. So we're going to start off with the AFC Championship. That's going to be played today at 12:05 Pacific Standard Time. That is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens. The line is Baltimore -4, and the over/under is 44. Clay, who do we like here?
I think in terms of this is the first AFC Championship game Baltimore has hosted in, I think it's like 50 years.
Facts.
I think a lot rides on the line for the Ravens. I think all of America is rooting for the Ravens. I don't know. Every social media post, it's, Patrick Mahomes' wife going at it, and then it's just some type of just hard edit of Lamar Jackson coming out of the tunnel that everyone's rooting for the Ravens to beat the Chiefs. Because, again, I think if the Chiefs win, we're going to see half the Super Bowl of Taylor Swift. I don't think anybody wants to watch that. I'm going to go Ravens here. I'm going Ravens, but I'm also thinking about the over. I think it's just going to be an absolute shootout.
Yeah, I like that.
But I am going to go Ravens. I'm going to go Ravens here.
Caden?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go Ravens as well. I know the bad boys of Baltimore are gonna be there. Ray Lewis, the freaking Ed Reed, all those guys, those hard nosed dudes that got Baltimore their first championship. I think Baltimore goes in there, takes care of business. I'm not picking the Chiefs ever. I don't give a shit how many times they go. They're losing today. Ravens -4.
I get it. D?
I got Baltimore. I mean, it's hard because I don't like to go against Patrick because it's fucking Patrick, and so it's very hard. But the way Baltimore's been playing, as long as Lamar keeps doing what he's doing, I just don't think that the Chiefs defense is going to be able to contain that offense.
No, I get it.
Which with the Chiefs, they put up points, but I don't see them. I don't see their offense as a threat that it's been over the past couple of years.
Right. And just to give you guys a little weather report on today. So it's going to be cloudy and about 60% chance of rain with the temperatures in the 40s. So I don't know if that sways your pick, but okay, Chiefs. So we got three. You going Chiefs, Steve?
No, I'm
going so we got three.
Don't waffle play.
I agree with everything you guys say. I think on paper, right? I think roster on roster, Baltimore has a better roster, and but Baltimore doesn't have Patrick Mahomes. I really see it being very similar to last year's AFC Championship, where the Bengals, throughout the game are controlling the pace of play. They're doing everything right, and then that last drive, Patrick scrambles around the sidelines. He gets that late hit, and it puts him into field goal range. Like I could really see this game ending the same score as last year, 23-20
whoever
Chiefs.
has the ball at the end.
And I could see, Patrick kind of getting one of those calls where, he's like running out of bounds and then just gets lit up and, it puts him in field goal range and they kick kick a game winning field goal with no time on the clock. So unfortunately, and again, when I see Patrick with that, with that plus number next to his name, with that, being an underdog, I'm like, fuck, I got to hit that. So I do like the Chiefs here. I think the Chiefs, and this is so crazy to think that Patrick has been to the last 6 AFC championships, right? And they've been at KC for the last 6. So this is the first one he's played, first AFC championship he's played not in Kansas City. And it was last week was the first time I think in the divisional round where he had played it away too. And so that was like a take a lot of guys had was like, can Patrick win in playoff games on the road? And he did last week.
Every game this season,
right? I swear to God, this guy. Why can't I be a Chiefs fan?
Okay, but
that's about like you, Benna.
Right, man.
Okay, I also do believe though, if Patrick wins this game, I think if he wins this game, you could probably put him on the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks. But he's still not there with Tom Brady. I've heard so many times on these networks that they're saying, "Oh yeah, like he's already passed Tom Brady." Stop, no. Not even close. Oh, he's still got years. He's still got years. He's still got years.
Well, no, Tom's got 7.
Yeah, it's not even a debate. But I do think he should deserve the Mount Rushmore talk. I think he should be in the top 5.
Oh, for
100%.
Dude, the guy
might already there, but.
The guy's incredible. And he's so freaking young. Like, that's the worst part, right? And they signed him to a 10-year deal, which you like hardly ever see in the NFL. So it's like, dude, they're gonna have freaking Patrick for the next 8 years?
Yeah.
And even with Patrick, bro, like
sorry,
he's literally like he does it every year with no matter who he has on his team.
Exactly.
Like who are his receivers this year? And look at them. Look where they are. They win it. Everyone thought that they were going to be trash when they let go of Tyreek. They go and win it the next year. Like, it's like, bro, like it doesn't matter who he has. They just constantly
get the job done.
Totally.
And I know that was the big topic in the beginning of the year is like, is this the year of the downfall of the Chiefs? And now here we are.
Right back at it. Dude, I swear,
crazy.
Next year, like I'm just gonna put a future on, like just go at the beginning of the year and just put a future on the Chiefs making the AFC Championship.
I know.
I'm not.
Brother, I mean, I'm sick of seeing them. I'm sick of seeing them, but I mean, every freaking year,
they're like the new Patriots.
Totally. Okay, so we got 3. We got 3 Baltimore. And then I'm holding on the with the Chiefs. Okay, moving on. So now we got the afternoon game. We got 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. We have the NFC Championship. This is in between the Detroit Lions versus San Francisco 49ers. The line is San Francisco -7, and the over/under is 51.5. Clay, what's your take here?
I love the story of Detroit here. I'm going to go with the Lions. I think they even cleared the spread there at -7. I think it's going to be a tight game, a shootout. But you got the 2 best tackles, arguably, in the league. So if they could stop, obviously, Nick Bosa, that's a big one.
Chase Young.
I forget who, and Chase Young. If they stop those 2 and give Jared Goff some time, Sam Laporta, I think, is one of the best tight ends in the league. I think he's shown that as a rookie. He's done a great job with Amon-Ra. That's going to be very, very, very I think we're looking at like a 38-41 ball game. I mean,
damn,
we're going to go over. We're for sure going over in just an absolute shootout. But I'm going to go Lions for sure.
Love it. Caden?
Yeah, I think, man, this is a tough one for me. I'm not ready to give up on the Lions yet. I love the story. The thing is, with the Niners, I don't know who we're going to get. Sometimes we get this good team that looks unbeatable, and then sometimes we get this team that's like they're throwing
Almost loses
picks,
to
the
the
defense
Packers.
giving up. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
my thing with it is I think this is the brand new Lions. I think it's going to be a back and forth game. I want to see them give their city what it needs, and I'm going to go Lions with the spread.
Okay. D?
I will go. I'm going Niners. I mean, I love the Lions. I like what Caden was saying. I like their story, and like I would not hate if they went. Like if they win,
Mm-hmm.
like I would love to see them in the Super Bowl. But I just with Debo playing on the Niners, I don't think. I think that they still have a bitter taste about last season in that NFC Championship where they kind of had to stick to the run the whole game, and so I think that they had their hopes on going to the Super Bowl last year, and then that whole thing fell apart in that NFC Championship last year, and so I think that has like a sour taste in their mouth where they're like, bro, like this should have been us last year. Like we're gonna do this like this year. Like we got all of our guys, everyone's healthy, as long as the quarterback doesn't get knocked out in the first freaking series of the game.
Right.
But yeah, I think yeah, I'm gonna go the over on the points, but I'm gonna take the
Dang, that's
I
cool.
like
I
it.
like that.
And I think I'm kind of have to go with D here. Debo Samuel is a huge factor in the Niners' success, and from what the reports have been all week, he's going to be a full go. And again, that Niners defense, that those front seven, those guys are legit. And Fred Warner's an absolute animal. Gosh, I would
dude.
love to have him on the Saints.
I
That
love
dude, that dude just plays sideline to sideline, man. He's effective in the run game. He's effective in the pass game, and he's the cornerstone of that defense. And again, with Debo out there and Christian, I mean, roster wise, the Niners are just a juggernaut, man. They just have dudes all over the field, and I think I do think it will be close. I don't like that 7. I don't like the 7 that the Niners are giving, but
Yeah.
I do see the Niners, taking it again, and unfortunately, we could see a run back of what is that 2019 Chiefs Niners in the Super Bowl. So it'll be
Just
a
a little money liner, are you?
Baltimore.
yeah, I would probably just go the money line. So yeah, let's move on to our, we only have 2 games. If there's any prop bets that you guys like, I'm on DraftKings right now. If there's any prop bets that you guys like, we can add the prop bets in there too. But
Hey,
let's do our
let's do the over unders on quarterbacks. We'll all
okay.
get a quarterback. We'll all get a quarterback. Let's start with Cap first.
Okay, yeah. Well,
241 and a half yards over under for Patrick Mahomes.
I was at this was going to be my ball parlay pick anyways. I want to
Okay.
take the over on Lamar Jackson rushing 65 and a half.
Ooh, I like
So,
that. 65
yeah.
and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems a little low. I think for them to have success, like Lamar's going to have to tote that thing.
Okay.
And I think he wants to do that.
Exactly, right? That's kind of been their MO of their offense.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Any props you guys like, or the lines? We can, four picks for the listeners.
Yeah. What
What are the passing
what's
yards
Patrick's
for Brock
throwing
Purdy?
for? Yeah.
So
Okay.
Brock Purdy is 277 and a half over under.
Yep. And
I
then
like that.
and then Patrick is 241.
Yeah.
241. I'm
See,
gonna
they
take
only have
Patrick
Lamar.
under.
Patrick under 241. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think that defense for Baltimore is playing great. With Roquan Smith back there, really just being a dog. I think they hold Patrick under
Love
270.
it.
What was it?
It was
240 for Patrick.
yeah,
277 for
241.
Brock.
Okay.
Yep.
277 Clay for
Yep.
Brock.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the over on that.
All right. So we got Brock over. And then Clay.
I think the Detroit's defense. I think that I don't think they're gonna have. The Niners are gonna have as much success as they would like just handing the ball off to Christian, but I think that when they realize that they're not going to be able to run with him, I think that he'll still like dump it off to him in like various ways of like, instead of it just being like a handoff, it'll just be like a 2-yard like pass to like Christian, and then
Exactly, right.
That's why I'm gonna take the over on Brock's.
I kind of like that. Yeah, Clayton.
I almost think it's like a no-brainer, and how low it is. Give me Sam Laporta over 48.5 yards.
He's not a quarterback.
No, we're going. Are we going quarterbacks only?
No, you can do whatever.
I thought that's what we were doing.
Okay, give me.
Because I ain't picking Patrick Mahomes for shit if that's the case.
Okay, we'll just go quarterbacks
then. Give me Jared Goff over 1.5 touchdowns.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, so let me just put that in there real quick.
1.5?
I don't know.
That's all.
I think.
So if he throws 2 touchdowns,
might be toting it though.
Yeah.
Is that Prize Picks? That's what that feels like.
Passing.
I know. Right?
Okay, so
on FanDuel.
I'm on
DraftKings.
Yeah.
Hit our line though, sports bettors.
So,
but see, they have better odds of Brock Purdy going under 1.5.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, it's freaking bullshit, man.
You know what I'm saying? They keep doubting the kid.
Under 1.5.
Under 1.5.
He's got 15 players that are all pros on that team, and they think he's gonna go under 1.5.
That doesn't make sense.
Watch him like on the first drive throw like a 15-yard pass to George Kittle, who breaks 3 tackles and takes it to the house.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Jared Goff. Okay, so let's just recap our Bob. And you know, it's some bullshit. Fucking DraftKings won't let you make a parlay for prop picks, I guess, because it's making it as all
teams.
It's making it all single. So I'm taking Lamar Jackson over 65.5 rushing. Clay's taking Jared Goff over 1.5 touchdowns. Caden's taking Patrick Mahomes under 241 passing yards, and then DJ's taking Brock Purdy over 277 passing yards. So that is going to do it for our On the Deck segment. I hope you guys enjoy the NFC Championship game. And Clay, do you want to take over our nostalgia nonsense?
Yeah, this one was a really good one this week. I really like that. It's some type of sports equipment at some point in your life, whether it could have been a jersey, cleats, gloves. I mean, anything that really set kind of like a...
Clay, remember when you got the clip patch for football?
What?
What was it?
And the ref was like, "This guy's not wearing a cup," and you're like, "No, this is my cup."
It just looks like 2 lips, you know. So that's what we're doing this week. I liked, and I'll always go back into it because I was always a big hater. I always swung in Little League the Louisville Slugger. That was my bat.
Classic.
That's why you didn't play good.
The moment my 12-year-old year came around, I still hold the home run record, is when the F2 DeMarini, I got that for my birthday.
Wait, is this
on the books? This is on the books. You could go to Olive Little League. You can go to Olive Little League.
Oh,
I have 29
that's all
home
that tells
runs.
me right there. Olive Little League.
And we would destroy North Sunrise. North Sunrise was trash. Same with South Sunrise. Let's not go there.
Wasn't that the league that gave out the participation trophies and shit?
Yeah, they were so bad. They would play us in playoffs, and it'd be like 15-1. It's like, why are they even here?
Dude.
But anyways,
you know what we called Olive Little League? They reminded us of The Ringer, the movie The Ringer.
Dude.
That's hilarious.
When those DeMarinis came out, man, bro.
They were cheat codes.
They changed the game. They changed the game.
Because there were so many times where I'd get guys like DJ coming up to bat that couldn't even see if you're throwing hard, and he'd just stick his bat out there and then put it over a right field fence. Throwing so hard, he's just sitting there.
When I got my DeMarini back in 90. When I got my DeMarini back in 91, I set the record for the most home runs at Villa Park.
91.
You weren't even born in 91.
Jesus. You weren't even a swimmer yet.
I was in my dad.
Stop. Yeah, I love that. I love the F2. I love the
See,
F2.
that's the
Man.
questionable shit I'm talking about.
It's definitely questionable. We could get
He said,
canceled
I
for that.
was in my dad.
Okay, well,
All right, Cap, what you got?
Yeah. So I'm thinking back. So I was about freshman year. So what, 13, 14? My mom had gotten me my first like bench weight set. And I'm sure you guys, we've all been at my house where we've been on that thing for hours and hours and days and
I'm
days.
surprised you still have that thing.
And I still have it. The thing I'm telling you, man, if all you parents out there, if you want to get, something that will last, I get your kids a weight set. I mean, that thing has lasted me 15 years now. And I mean,
Collecting
that
dust. Look at him.
collecting dust.
Hey, whoa, do that again. Do that
No,
again. Do that again and freeze. Do that again and freeze.
Can't show too much.
Mark
But
the
yeah,
clip.
so the definitely the weight set was, and I'm sure my mom at the time thought, yeah, like, oh, this would be fine, but this would be, good to, have them expel some energy, waste time. But I don't think she understood that I would have that for the rest of my life, and I would have tons of sessions. Not only like obviously you want to look good, feel good, but like just a mental like just release, right? That's still been my little sanctuary and my little safe space is that weight set. So definitely that's one piece of equipment that's hold near and dear to my heart for a long time.
All right, Cade, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, like I think this was part of our other nostalgia nonsense. I told you guys about me just being a ultra athlete in little league football, and
Oh, you played at
and
Olive too.
hey, shut up! I'm trying to say something. And I have the record for all this shit too, by the way, as well. So, but no, the one thing I got was so like growing up, we never really got like special cleats or anything like that. But when I was going into seventh grade year, it was like my first time being in school ball, and so I was like, I need to get some cleats. Told my parents all this stuff. We go out, get Mike Vick's cleats with the all whites with the
White
little
Vic.
red on the bottom,
That's what they call
and
you.
had a strap on it, and which is
Yeah.
also why I was Vanilla Vic out there. I was,
I love it.
I was spin moving, dude. Nobody could touch me. Let's say, I mean, I was a quarterback at this time, but let me tell you, I was a running back at this time.
Oh yeah.
Lamar
Your
before
boy was
Lamar.
nasty. They called me Crazy Legs Caden for a little bit too. It's
Crazy
just,
legs.
yeah. They're like, where's his legs at? You can't even see him. And but yeah, probably those Mike Vicks though. They even had Vic on the strap with the little number 7. I'm like,
Those
dude,
were
that's
classic.
so
Those were
sick.
Sure, you
classic.
felt like a gangster out there. That's dope.
Oh, dude.
All right,
Yeah.
DJ, what you got?
I went to Big Five and got the extra large cup.
They said, son, where's your dad at?
It's not for my dad; it's for me, guys.
You put it over his nose.
Yeah, exactly.
No, mine was probably in. For me it was. So my most memorable thing was the bull nose.
Oh my god, I remember it.
Face mask that
yeah.
me and my dad like got, like that was like when the bull nose like first came out, like it was the first year, and I got that, and I remember when I put it on my helmet, I was like, this might be too much. Like this is like I don't know what people are gonna say, but when I put it on, I was like, God, this fucking looks badass, bro. Like I loved it.
And DJ has the record for most times sitting on the bench as well.
So the camera got a lot of shots of my bullnose. And I just remember in interviews after my high school game, since I hold the record for the most touchdowns and the most fucking tackles and the most everything, because that's who I am. I just remember when I would wear it, I was like, God, I really get in there when it comes to eating things, okay? And I'm not going to go into detail, but that was a pinnacle thing for me because people knew, oh, that guy eats. That guy eats. And guys would fear me on the field with the bull nose. Oh, he's a mean motherfucker. He eats. Not only that, but it also played in a factor. Girls on the sidelines went, oh, number 35, DJ. Holds the most records for the most touchdowns. Yeah. The girls, they see that bull nose. You see them like nudging each other. Oh, that guy eats. Okay. He's a good
eats.
Yeah, he definitely ate. That's for sure.
This guy eats. I can tell by his face mask.
He eats. Look at that face mask. He's an eater. And so my nickname became Eater.
Oh God! No, the bull nose, that was a classic face mask, and that was like back when custom face masks were like just coming around. So if you saw anything a little bit different, you're like, damn, that thing hot. That shit's hot right
That's
there.
An eater. No, the other thing that I wanted to say was my what is this? Sean Alexander elbow pads.
Oh God, dude, I remember those. Jesus, dude, the classic Sean Alexanders, and dude, those things reeked.
Oh, they were bad.
They were bad.
And then I got to high school, and I told my dad, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to wear these. I think I look like a bitch wearing these. I was like the only one on the football field with elbow pads on.
That's when your nickname changed from Eater to Shit Eater.
The mask, and like, he's an eater, and then they go down my body, and they're like,
So that is going to wrap up our nostalgia nonsense. If you guys have any of those moments, any funny stuff or just memorable stuff, make sure to put that down in the comments so we can go over that. We will give you guys a shout out. We're going to go through our top 5, make sure that, everyone gets a chance and a shout out to like what their memorable moments are. So please leave that. And without further ado, I think it's time for DJ.
Yep.
Take over the draft, baby.
We got, draft on deck. This week we are going to do the biggest sports rivalries for our draft this week. So I think we already got the lineup set. It's going to be Caden, Clay, Penna, and myself will follow it up as the 4th pick. So without further ado, biggest sports rivalries. Caden, you are on deck, my friend.
I think we know where I'm going to go with this. Being a Texas fan, I think the biggest rivalry in sports is the Red River rivalry. And that's my pick.
That's OU versus Texas.
Yep. At the Cotton Bowl in Dallas.
Love it. Hate it.
It's definitely a bucket list for me that I would love to at some point go overseas to watch this. But give me Barcelona versus Real Madrid.
Yeah.
There are riots in the streets when that game comes on.
And I'm not a big soccer fan, but I do know that's El Clasico, I think is what they call it.
Yeah.
And that's and there's our 5 seconds of soccer.
That's talking soccer.
That's talking soccer. Okay, for my first pick, I'm gonna go with the classic baseball rivalry: the Boston Red Sox versus the New York Yankees.
Ew, dude.
That's a good one.
It's not a good
That's been around for so long,
right?
Ew.
Okay, I believe I have back-to-back now, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So my first pick for the first round, I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Always love that matchup.
A little AFC North.
Baltimore. We got a little Baltimore playing today. Big trust. And then my second pick, I'm going to keep it in the NFL, and I'm going to go with the Tom Brady Peyton Manning rivalry.
That's a good one.
I love that.
That's a good one. Unfortunately, Peyton got the sour end of that for a lot of it. But Eli got back at him.
Yeah.
Next, so it's gonna be
It's coming to me.
you're on next.
Yep. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with a little college basketball here. We're gonna go with little blue blood rivalry, the Duke Blue Devils versus the UNC Tar Heels. So Duke versus UNC. And it's gonna be interesting to how that rivalry stays without Coach K, but it's been a classic.
I know it finally came to an end last year, but it was probably one of the longest rivalries in the sport. But give me Roger Federer against Rafael Nadal.
Dude,
And
those
there's
two.
our 5 seconds of
Not what they did go back and forth, those two.
Always.
Federer's my goat, but it is what
I like
it
it
is.
too.
That's
I
talking
like
crazy.
Nadal, though. I do like Nadal.
Yeah.
So I know I have back-to-back. So
Correct.
my first one is going to be, Big Blue Michigan versus Ohio State. It's got to be
the
one.
game.
The game. Yeah, I guess. Could say that. Second. But then my third, I just had it and now I'm forgetting it.
5.
Uh-oh.
4.
Yeah.
Clock's running.
Perry pick.
Let's do the Boston versus Lakers.
Celtics, Lakers. Yeah, classic.
Yeah, Celtics, Lakers.
Don't put my team in your mouth.
I didn't want to.
DJ's the eater. What the hell?
I'm the eater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat this.
All right, Clayton.
Clay.
I like these singles, but I'm gonna go again. Give me Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier.
Joe
Are you on the
Frazier.
same website as me, bitch?
You guys joking?
Just the classic freaking call. Down goes Frazier.
I feel like that's when boxing was at its highest. To be honest, like it just seems like after Mike Tyson went out, it just boxing doesn't seem like it's there anymore. Like I feel like they're getting more views on the TikTok fighters or these content creator boxing than actual boxers.
The Rumble in the Jungle. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Coming to me. So I'm going to go with, these guys didn't really, dislike each other, but I think when they were both at the prime of their games, Phil Mickelson versus Tiger Woods was always
that's a good one.
An exciting duo to see those guys compete against each other.
Late 90s, early 2000s. That
dude.
was it.
The lefty versus the righty. Yeah, it was good. D, back to back.
Okay. I am going to go with. We are going to do a little. I'm going to keep it all football. Keep it all football today.
Do it up.
We're going to go with the Bears versus the Packers.
Classic.
And then for the start of round 3, we are going to go with Army versus Navy.
Ooh. That's a good one. That is a good one. A lot of unders in those games. A lot of unders. All right. And then we are coming back around to myself.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with a little college football as well. We're gonna go with the Iron Bowl, Auburn versus Alabama.
Nice.
One of the most iconic kick sixes probably in the history of the game.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Clay?
I'm going to go hockey here. I think it's about time.
I already know who you're going to say.
That's talking hockey.
Give me Rangers Capitals.
That's been,
That's been around for a long time.
That is a good one.
I feel like they almost fight every time they play.
They got to get after
hatred that they have.
Caden,
One more? Yeah.
back to
My
back.
first
Yep.
one's my first one is gonna be Bears Green Bay.
Already
Oh,
taken.
nice.
Oh
Thank
dang!
you for
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
this guy.
D swoop that one up.
Oh my god.
There's too many rivalries in
Who is this
sports.
kid?
Gotta go Canada, Russia in hockey.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And then, I mean,
Bears Packers.
yeah. Damn, dude, you guys took all the ones I wanted too. So,
Yeah, I know. Just smile at the camera. We'll move on.
Okay. Oh my god, I don't even know. Give me some help, boys. You guys are on the
there's
website.
tons of
This
college
is your
football.
draft. This is your draft.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Dude.
That's not
I know,
good.
but when you guys take
phony
Bill in
GMing.
the woods,
Great
okay.
GMing. This is
Let's
why
do-
Denver is where they're at.
But we don't have any rivalries because we win all of them. So
You got Giants, Eagles.
Yeah, we'll go Broncos, Chiefs. Perfect.
Not
See,
rivalry.
that's not that
because
great.
the Chiefs.
How is it
you
not a
guys.
rivalry? They're in our division.
Okay.
Clayton, last
Don't get me
pick.
started. I'll go off on this little microphone.
Since we're going overall, I mean, to dive in, I'm gonna have to go another off topic. Our 5-minute fame here. Give me India versus Pakistan cricket.
Ooh, I'm not very familiar with the cricket scene, but I can imagine that India versus Pakistan.
If we're taking overalls,
I don't know if he has a.
comment
I don't know if
on
Clay
if we're
has
taking
one from
overalls,
America.
I swear.
I got one for America.
Oh, you're trying to
I'm
get fans
thinking
from
worldwide.
Pakistan. That's what it was. Okay,
That's
I like
what
that
it
play.
is.
Hey, we're trying to stay diverse. We got
Cricket.
listeners.
Got any cricket players out there?
How do you play? Do you know how to play cricket, Clay?
I do. It's actually a fun game.
Yeah,
Those go on for days, bro.
He's in the books
Yeah.
for most cricket scores.
Yeah,
All of Little League.
yeah.
All right, for my last pick, I'm going with a little UFC. We're gonna go John Jones versus Daniel Cormier.
Not right.
BJ hates this.
What are we
They
doing?
had multiple fights. Those two were going back. I was tempted with another one, but I don't want to say it because yeah, I know John Jones won. John Jones is a freak.
That was like Caden's pick with the Chiefs in Denver.
Maybe John Jones
we're on a
won
one-game
if he
win
was
streak.
checked out.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
One
that.
game win streak against them suck me.
John Jones was on PEDs, aka cocaina.
Okay. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Hey, what's yours, DJ? What's yours?
I'm gonna go Dallas and Philly to end it.
All right.
What an idiot.
Okay, cricket.
There's just no diversity. There's only one sport.
That's
I'm gonna go with one I know. I love this sport, cricket.
I can't wait for the comments on this because you guys you got no diversity.
Do you want to?
You guys have diversity.
You want to recap our picks?
Yeah. What do we got?
Okay. So should I just go by order, or do you guys want me to go all of your picks?
Yeah, go all the picks.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with Caden. Caden, first round, OU versus Texas.
Red River.
Nice.
Red River rivalry, but yes.
Then Caden's second and third, we got Michigan versus Ohio State. Celtics versus Lakers. Oh, that was a good one, actually. Good job, Caden.
Who's farting?
What is that?
It's been party.
And Caden also had for his fourth and fifth pick, Canada versus Russia, hockey.
Classic.
Broncos versus Chiefs was his last pick. Good drop, Caden.
Thanks, man.
Then we got Clay. I mean, Jesus, man.
Clay went real diverse
rough.
here.
This is rough to read.
Foreign Euro
El
trip.
Clasico.
Barcelona,
That's
Real
Barcelona
Madrid.
and Real Madrid.
Yeah, good job. That was a good one. And then we got Federer versus Nadal. That was talking tennis. Good job, Clay. Talking tennis in there. Ali versus Frazier. That was a good pick, Clay. I'm going to give you that one. That was very good. I like that pick. Only good pick you had, though. Never mind. Rangers versus Capitals. Another good pick. That was your 4th round. Very good, Clay. Then we get very suspect with our picks. Like the GM canceled his draft. He walked out, and they said, "Just choose anything on the board, guys." With India versus India versus Pakistan, cricket. And I hear crickets when I hear that. No one is going to know that one. So that was a great pick, Clay. I'm not worried about losing this at all.
Okay.
We know who got last.
No. Good job, Clay. That was very good. Penna. First pick, Red Sox versus Yankees. Great pick. Classic rivalry. Duke versus UNC for the 2nd round. Another great pick. 3rd round, Phil Mickelson versus Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm. Another great one.
Talking golf. Good. And then we got Auburn versus Alabama.
Iron Bowl classic.
And then we got John Jones versus Daniel Cormier to end it with the 5th round pick. That was a good one.
I was almost going to go Connor or Nate there, but I think John Jones and Daniel were better. DC were better.
Yeah. Let's hear DJ shitty one. Here, I'll read yours, DJ. You dumbass.
Go ahead.
Ravens versus Steelers. Guy never doesn't like either of those teams. But Ravens versus Steelers. Tom versus Peyton. Didn't like any of those quarterbacks either, did you, DJ?
No.
And then we got, let's fucking find his other ones. Bears versus Packers that he snuck in there, so I couldn't see.
Oh, you like that one too, kid.
You tried to take twice.
Yeah, that's his one good pick, other than America's game, Army versus Navy. That's his next one.
It's a good one.
And then to finish it off, a team he absolutely loves and talks about all the time: Cowboys versus Eagles. He loves the Cowboys.
Do it all football.
Good call, DJ.
Thank you.
All football there.
I like it.
All football. He has
those Chiefs. I mean,
I'd love to see the comments on this.
Picks were just horrific.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even be in a top 100.
We're gonna wait and see what the actual comments comes in.
Cricket.
Let the comments come in and
they're in the World Series.
DJ and Clay for putting cricket in there, but
I got a lot of heat for my last pick last week too, so it's all good. Watermelon, dude. Watermelon, dude. Game day snacks, watermelon, bro.
Hey, this guy was throwing vegetables in on game day snacks. So
I like my carrots and broccoli.
He was like, I love a good veggie platter or some shit. Like, I love a good veggie platter. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
What are we doing?
I like when the team moms bring the veggie platters because I like the veggie platters.
Need balance.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode, boys.
Yep.
Awesome, boys.
Do it.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, please.
Smash that button. Big time. Comment down all the nostalgias, our drafts. We really want to give you guys shout outs and get your guys' feedback on it, and again, we would like to do at some point giveaways. So once you guys start diving in and once we get into more of the role, I think it's going to be a lot of time, a lot of fun times bringing in viewers.
Totally.
And let us know the rivalries we missed, I know we missed them.
100%. I know India and Pakistan's huge. That's a big one, right? But, please put it down. But without further ado, I'm your host, Clayton.
I'm Caden.
I'm Capetta.
I'm DJ.
Till next time, thanks for watching another episode of Brotherhood of Ball.
They're back.
The boys are back in town.